All right, guys. The Fintastic Four is back. We're -1. Jeff couldn't make it, but I got Nick and I got Jose with me. Jeff actually says he's just running a little late. He'll show up soon. We're on a win streak. First thing I want to say about that game, though, it was an early morning game. I was in Spain. I was busy that morning, so I DVR'd it, and I'm glad I did because by the halfway through the second quarter, I was falling asleep. That was a bad game, guys. It's a win. You got to
No,
cheer a win. The
win's a
defense
win.
was great.
I didn't. Okay, keep going.
The offense, if it wasn't for Chan, the Dolphins lose that game.
Okay, fair, fair.
There's that
Mm.
that offense really needs help. Jose, come on, let's see it.
I don't know. I mean, look, hey, so Tua didn't throw an interception. Um, Achan had 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon scored a touchdown, and Jones had an interception. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a pretty good game overall. The running game was there. We definitely
Mm-hmm.
ran all over them.
Mm-hmm.
They probably weren't expecting that, and they probably were expecting that because once they got into goal line, they seemed to have figured out, Miami and being able to stop them, especially if they're concentrating on the run.
Mm-hmm.
And coach has no appetite for play action pass at within 2 yards, right? So everybody knows we're going to either run right or run
Mm-hmm.
left, or we're going to run up the middle. But for 100% sure they're going to run,
Mm-hmm.
and Washington played the run and they stopped us. Um, we'll talk about decisions at the end of the game later in a separate section.
What? Wait,
Okay?
what could you possibly be referring to?
Let's talk about that separately. But go ahead, Nick.
I just want to say, yes, we didn't turn the ball over. That's great, but we still have to find a way to get this pass game going. We
Mm,
can't keep throwing for 160, 170 yards and expect to win every week. There's
mhm.
got to be a game where we can just let that thing fly and get everybody involved.
Yeah.
I know our tight end room is not the greatest right now, but we just need to figure out how to do it. And we have to start converting those third, fourth downs. You can't be 3 for 11 on those.
I have to agree. The Dolphins not throwing for a lot against Buffalo. Hey, Buffalo's a good team, but the
Yeah,
Commanders' defense is not a good defense, not
no,
at all. And they're pretty bad.
they have a
And
lot of injuries. So I thought it would be a game where we would have had more yardage. But again, a win is a win, and I'll take it. But you have to
Yeah.
clean it up.
Especially in Europe. I mean,
It's tough.
that's a huge distraction. I think it's anybody's ball game, when it comes to the European games. So kind of inching that out is it was good, and I think we had just enough offense and just enough defense, you know, and we got a little lucky. We got lucky, right? We should have
The,
lost. We should have lost that game.
the defense,
Yeah, they were dumb. We were dumb, right? And then they were dumb, and
yeah,
and we ended up winning, right? So it was at the end, it was just a calamity of stupidity.
yeah.
Uh, but we ended up winning. We did have some bright spots. We could build on that, right? And who do we got next? The Saints.
We got the bye week, and then we have the Saints. Yep.
yeah.
Right? And so maybe we can run on the Saints.
Mhm.
One thing's for sure is coach is gonna put an extra lineman in there and run the ball.
Yeah, and to what you're saying about the defense, like look at what some of these guys did. Jack Jones making a play again in overtime.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Uh, Jordan Brooks, 20 tackles in the game.
That's a lot.
Mhm.
It's all over the place.
He was all over the place.
Yeah.
Right.
We did.
So
Sadly, we've lost Juju Brents for the season.
that hurt.
Um,
I thought we found our guy that was going to step in and help us out there. We'll get Douglas back, but I was liking Brent.
um, Before we go on to like the end of the game and what happened, international games, not just the Dolphins, just in general with the NFL. You guys like them? You think they're good? You think they're just too much of a distraction?
I think I see what the NFL is trying to do. right? A lot of these soccer players are more popular outside their country than inside their country. It's
Mm-hmm.
because soccer is a global sport.
Mm-hmm.
And they probably feel like, they have the brand. If they could just ignite something in Europe or, in Latin America or somewhere, maybe they could get that kind of pull and that kind of popularity and turn this into a global thing, right? I just don't know about actually playing games, uh, on the regular, in Europe because I think it is a huge distraction, and I think you're gonna have to figure out a way where, like the Miami Dolphins are coming back to a bye week,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you're gonna play in Europe, coming back to a bye week, I think it's fair. That's when you have your bye week, So anybody that's gonna, anybody when you figure you got a bye week, you're a target for being a game in Europe or Latin America or somewhere outside of the country, right? I would even entertain Canada. I don't know why we don't go up to Canada more often, right? That's a body of fans that would, probably embrace, the NFL, that probably already embrace the NFL.
The Jacksonville Jaguars now are pretty much committed to playing an international European game a year.
Oh, that's cool.
Word is that if they do go international, if the NFL does send the team over to Europe, it's going to be the Jaguars.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
I believe the owner heard a lot of things that he's already talked to people in London. He wants to put the team in London,
Could you
play
imagine?
play at Wembley. Um, I don't know. That'd be kind of a lot of traveling.
I've
That's
been
a lot of
hearing
travel. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot of travel, but for one team, one time.
Yeah.
For them, it's a lot of travel because they got some away games to fulfill, and that's
Mm.
8 of those. So I don't know how I don't know
It's
how to describe that.
the schedule has to be lined up well, like because sometimes you have these international games week 4,
Mhm.
and I can understand why a team would say, I don't want my bye week to be week 5 because that's early in the season to have a bye week.
Mhm.
I'd want to have it week 8, 9, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Can you
But
imagine playing in London and have to go? Oh, where are we playing next
the
week?
West Coast.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's where it should
Well,
come down to. You should be playing on the East Coast again
uh,
and not have to travel all the way.
I
or just have a stretch, right? You
Mhm.
come to the United States for a 4 game away,
Yeah.
Mhm.
streak,
Yeah.
right? Then come back and have 4 games there,
Yeah.
and so I think that's what you'd have to do to teams that are coming across the big
Or
pond.
maybe those two teams come back and they each get a Monday night game. They do that because they've been
Yeah.
doing a lot of those two
Yeah.
Monday night games.
And yeah, I really it's an 8 hour flight, London to New York.
Yeah.
All right, that's
That's a
there.
hard flight. I mean, getting there is not as bad as coming here,
Yeah.
right? Coming here is like racing the sun, and
Hmm.
that is I've done that flight several times.
Yeah, it's no fun.
From Frankfurt, Frankfurt to the United New York. Woof, that's a hard flight.
But
I would even say probably the only way you could actually get to work if the team, let's say if you had a London team, the team would still be based in the United States and they fly to their games in London.
Hey, I agree with that,
you need a hub.
And
because
then
I think fans would like that. I don't think maybe, give them 2 or 3 games a year,
mm,
and maybe they would be fine with that. I don't know about giving them, out of 10 how many events do we have now?
I think
Right?
it's like 8 games.
It would be 8 games. That would be a lot.
so I can see that where okay, they let's say you have a London team, they come, they play, let's whatever, they set up in New York somewhere, and then they play 3 straight games somewhere in North America. Then they go to London, play 2 games, then come back here for 4 games or something like that.
But didn't Minnesota did that this year? I think they played two back to back in London.
Did
Yeah,
they
they
really?
stayed. They
One
stayed
was a
there
home
for.
game, one was a road game.
Yeah, they stayed there for 10
Or the
days.
Jaguars.
I
Someone
think
did
it might
it.
have been the Jaguars. No,
If
I
you're
think it
gonna
was
do it, that's
Minnesota.
the way to do it.
You know, um, but I know they want to get their money. I know the NFL wants to expand. They want to go more global. But that's the thing. The NFL, you travel, and then it's not like basketball. Let's say the Miami Heat, when they go on the road, they just don't go to one Orlando and play a game. No, they go to Orlando, then they go to Atlanta, then they go to wherever. They do a road trip, and
Don't get
same
me
thing.
started.
Yeah, like 8 or 9 games.
Oh, I need a rest day. I
I
can't
knew
shoot a
it.
basketball.
It's like,
Oh no.
Because we all know in the NBA they play hard from the
Yeah.
opening tip
They
off to
play
the end.
so much physical defense. Do you imagine you get tickets to a game and the best player's out for a rest day?
Oh, mhm.
oh man, that would drive me
It's
crazy.
ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I'd have a problem with that.
I can see it. How many? Hey, I heard the people with the Dolphins before this winning streak, because let's face it, this season was pretty dismal for a while there. People were asking for this refunds on their season tickets.
Could you imagine?
Mm-hmm. They want to, and I don't know why would you ask for refunds. I just put them on, online and sell them to somebody, try to make some money off of it. Anyway, end of the game. Uh, all right, Nick.
So man, you
Give
know
me
what?
you
You
give
can
me. Let
start.
me wait. Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
I'll
Go
hear
ahead, start.
Nick's version
Start, Jose.
first.
You got a better answer for this one.
Look, it starts with first me sitting in front of the TV watching the Washington coach go for it, and then he gets stuffed, and I'm like, right, you still had like 7 minutes left, man. You just put three on the board. What's the matter with you?
Mhm.
Right? And then we get it. We can't get it out. We kick it. They fumble it. We get it back. We take it all the way down to the right. I mean, there's like no time left on the clock. It's like a minute and 44 seconds. And coach lines up and says, you know what? The analytics say go for it. Right. And I understand. I understand what he's been running all day and he's been getting more than 1 yard on every try. Right. But it's fourth down, 1 minute and 44 seconds left. Right. I understand, you're pinning them down, but they were in field goal position like that
Mhm.
almost. Right. And we had to play some defense. Right. And then look, with a minute and 44, the points are stingy. He's already missed a long field goal. Just put the 3 points up and make them score a touchdown. They're not going to do it. They couldn't do it, all game long. So they're not going to score a touchdown real quick. I just don't. I didn't get. I did that. That is not philosophy that I've ever seen from a football perspective, where somebody just doesn't take those points. Just go for it. Watch this. It was like hold my beer.
Yeah.
Nick.
I'm a go for it.
I don't even know if analytics say to go for it in that
It
situation,
doesn't. There's
but
no analytics that say that.
I would have done the same exact thing. And there's a reason why I would have did it. Yep. I'm gonna be
Oh
the
my
one,
God,
and
stop
everyone
it.
can hate it, whoever watches this, and I know it doesn't make sense. We got burned already this season in that Chargers game where I think we kicked a field goal and then we had a 2 point lead or a 1 point lead, and the Chargers in 30 seconds went how many yards? 60 yards and kicked the game-winning field goal.
Mhm.
So I understand him wanting to put 7 on the board and take that 7 point lead, now make them have to go the full length of the field.
Right.
And I get it. What do you have to lose at this point? We lose the game, we're out.
Mhm.
Whichever one of those teams lost was out of the playoff picture for sure.
Mhm. That's
So I
Yeah. You're looking at a team right now. I know some people are still holding out. Oh, they can still make the playoffs if they rattle off 4 wins or
mathematically.
something. No,
Cool.
let's. But the thing is, the NFL this year is a little bit different because of the new kickoff rule. Now teams are getting the ball out to the 25-30, no problem on kickoffs. Okay. And with a minute left,
No timeouts.
okay, but with a minute left, all you need are two decent little completions, and you're in field goal range already because now a 50-yard field goal is not a big deal.
It is to that guy.
Maybe.
that
On the
guy
flip,
was shanking them all day.
Yeah.
on the
Right?
flip,
That
they
was his
started from
second.
the 2.
That was his second.
Mhm.
So think about it though. He started at the 2
Yeah.
Had we kicked the field goal and then kicked it off, they probably would have been in better field goal range, and we
And then
still would have
kick the
went to
field goal.
overtime.
Then it's a tie game.
And it's a
We still
tie.
go to
You know,
overtime.
and we go to overtime. You
Yeah.
So
know,
either way, what are we talking about?
Mhm.
overtime
Playoffs?
versus loss. I mean, we should have lost that game.
Playoffs? We're talking about overtime.
It's not that. You know what it is? It's just it's the call. It's the wrong call. It was
I
not
get
the
it.
right call at all. Right? I understand your reasoning, but at the end of the day, the right call is to put 3 points on the board and make them either get three more or beat you. You know,
Yeah, I
that's
get that.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
But you're trying to spark a team, keep it going. I don't know.
oh, here he
What do
is.
we at?
hey,
That's
who-
that's
who-
whose fault it is. It's all
Hey,
his
who's
fault.
that?
It's all my fault.
There you go.
We're in a what do you have to lose?
So Jeff, we're all the way to the
End of the game.
the end of the game.
Yeah, when we should have kicked the field goal,
Yeah.
or
Ah, you
should have
guys.
kicked the field goal and won the game in regulation instead of going to overtime.
Must be an old school thing.
What is
Yeah.
it? How just so Nick is in the yeah, I would have ran it up fourth and right up the middle. Just
No, I wouldn't have ran up the middle. That was the worst call I've ever seen in my life. The previous play, that guy blew it up. So what do? You run it right back at him?
Well,
Yeah.
I think the
Nah.
previous play he didn't run Ollie Gordon twice, right? He brought in Ollie
No.
Gordon on fourth down.
Mhm.
I don't remember what the play was, but
He
that
should have
lineman,
ran Ollie Gordon 2-3 times in a row.
that lineman's a big guy, and he blew up the first play.
Yeah.
Why go right towards him again?
Again, I mean, I agree totally.
Well,
The
they
field
did
goal.
score a touchdown on that play earlier in the game with Ollie Gordon.
That's
But
right.
in that moment, that guy had the flow and the momentum. Not going back to him.
Yeah, fourth down, you kick the field goal from the 2 yard line and win the game in regulation.
No, we would have went to overtime anyway.
They would have gone over. They probably would have. The
They would have
money
better
was they would have gotten a couple of first downs and they would have kicked the field goal.
You know what
and
would have
gone overtime
happened?
anyway.
Jones would have got an interception
Mhm.
on the first throw. That's what would have happened.
Yeah. Came up big in 02.
The way I see it is the Dolphins. They're trying to win, but they're also realist, and McDaniel's a realist, and I believe McDaniel is going to be the coach of this team next year. And they pretty much say, let's find out what this team has, and who's got the cojones, so to speak, to punch it in, and who can do what can we do, and that's what
This
they're going
goes back to the preseason game where they drove the ball down and they got on the goal line and they couldn't punch it in. They tried like 3 or 4 times and they couldn't get it in. And I said, that's good because that gives them something to work on, and evidently they worked on it and they didn't make much progress, even though they did score a touchdown in a similar situation earlier in the game. So and on that play, the blocking was magnificent. I mean, it was, and you're running your tackle eligible, number 64 reports as eligible, and you go with the big package.
Well,
I think they're better 20 and 30 yards out.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
When you're throwing the football, you like to have more room. If you're trying to throw the football, then you want to have more
I'm talking
room.
about running the ball. I mean, we seem to be getting 20 and 30 yard runs, blasts, and getting into the end zone.
A-Chan between the 20s is unstoppable.
Yeah.
When you get down to it, and the other team brings in their big guys on the front line and goes, yeah, okay, you need 2 yards, we dare you.
Yeah, they have less field to defend. They don't have to worry about anybody going deep.
Yeah, but you see now, how about the Philadelphia Eagles? They seem to have 2 yards to the end zone. It's like, why even bother?
They
they're
just
going
lean
in
forward. They just lean
Finely
forward.
tuned athletic machines on that line.
They just lean forward. That's all they do.
Yeah, false start. And the right guard takes off before the center even snaps the ball.
People actually want to ban that because it's just automatic. Nobody can stop it.
They voted on it and they left it in.
Yeah.
But how are they not aware at this point? I know they go back and look at these games afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you not seeing that every single week there is a false start on half of these tush pushes?
I would be bringing
Why
in
are their eyes not in there?
who's our biggest quarterback? I'd bring him in on fourth downs and lean on it. We need to get a push.
I would actually bring in a tight end to play quarterback on that play, and then
There you
you run the fullback and 64, just run into the back of him and just push the whole thing in.
There
Bring
was,
some of our
I'm with
DTs
you,
out
Jeff.
there. They're
We should
pretty
have
big.
that play in the book.
there was a game this Sunday. I forgot who it was, but the tight end came in as the quarterback. He took the snap, faked the handoff, then went around, looped around the end, and he went like 40 yards for a touchdown. I forgot who. I forgot
We're
who it
looking for 2 yards.
was.
Nick, who's the tight end for the Pittsburgh Steelers? That video I sent.
Oh, that guy's a beast.
Oh, that was Darnell Washington.
So why can't we get a tight end like Darnell Washington?
That's a lot of guy.
That guy, that's like a man amongst boys.
They're like
Number
close
3.
to 30 GMs wondering why they don't get somebody like that.
They have him, Jonnu Smith, and Fryermuth.
It's all you see. The elbow, right? And guys are flying all over the place.
Yeah, they look like children.
Oh my! It did. It did.
He was a beast. He was a beast.
He's so big.
Okay. Now the other thing I want to bring up is Jalen Phillips.
Ooh.
Have you noticed that what was a mediocre defense is now an elite defense by getting rid of that guy?
It's too many.
I thought you were going to say the Eagles.
You're talking about the Eagles. I was like,
The Eagles had a defense,
got a
right?
dominant defense, right?
He works over there. Too
Nobody.
many mouths.
They used to be able to run the ball down Miami's throat when he was in there. He's gone.
Yep.
Now nobody can run against the Dolphins. The Bills couldn't run against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
The
Washington
Bills couldn't run against the Dolphins.
Washington sure as heck can't run of it. I'm sure the offensive coordinator in New Orleans is trying to rack his brain on how we're going to run on this team. I said it before.
Every team knew they could run on the Dolphins.
I said it before earlier in the season. Jalen Phillips, he might be a great edge rusher on passing downs, but if I'm offensive coordinator, I just run towards his side because he ain't stopping a single run.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and he's the Eagles now. He's going to make highlight reels because they only bring him in on passing downs and tell him to go for the quarterback, and that's it. So he's going to make highlight reels. But Philadelphia has the luxury of being able to do that.
Yeah,
they got a team.
They brought him in for one thing: get after the passer, and that's it. Right? They don't need him for anything else.
The 1-year loaner. I don't think they're going to pay him all the money.
Oh no, he's just a thing for this year for
Super Bowl push.
For another push to the Super Bowl, and after that, hey, nice knowing you. We'll find somebody else cheaper.
Yeah, he'll get paid somewhere. Somebody will pay him.
Yeah, somebody, some other team who needs an end rusher or a lot. I can see him being a Raider because they sign anybody. So
yeah, they like to pay.
I don't know about Jalen Phillips. He can stay where he's at.
All right. We got a bye week. I think this team's need it. This is pretty late for a bye, isn't it? Late in the year.
I like it.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, it's nicely placed for the Dolphins.
Rest up for this playoff push.
Yeah.
It's playoff run.
Woo! Here we go.
Gotta win everything in December.
It's gonna get the people talking about the playoffs is gonna be worse because you look at the schedule and the Dolphins could pretty easily rattle off a few more wins here in a row. They play the Dolphins.
Could be 7-7.
They play the Saints and the Jets. All right. But then it all goes to crap when they play the Steelers.
They don't look so hot.
Oh yeah. Well,
I mean, on any given Sunday.
Yeah.
First you gotta beat the Saints.
Yeah.
And so where's that game? In New Orleans?
No, it's in Miami.
In Miami.
All
right.
next home game.
And they could lose in Miami.
Then they got the Jets in New York and then the Steelers in the middle of December.
We beat the Saints and we beat the Jets, and I'll look into going up there to Pittsburgh for it.
We need Skeleton up there in Pennsylvania.
Try.
Yeah.
To melt all that snow with his hotness.
The heat.
Oh, that's right.
All right, so we got the bye coming up. So I thought I already mentioned it. Jeff, you showed up now. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do for next week. How there'll be no game to discuss. We're going to do mid-season awards. MVP, defensive player, offensive player, rookie of the year, and moment highlight of the season. What was the most important thing to happen to the Dolphins so far this year? What do you say? You win?
Oh yeah, definitely.
That way we can take care of that, and it's God, 2-game winning streak. This is nice, guys.
It's our first win streak of the year, guys.
Woo! Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
The whole 2 games.
Yeah, it was.
We're in the hunt, though. We're in the hunt.
I got to be honest. I don't know if I was more pissed off or happy when the game ended. I was so upset by the way everything went down and going for it on 4th down and not kicking those field goals. I was ready to fire people. I didn't care about the win. Right? I was like, that's egregious. That's malpractice. That's there was all kinds of things going through my head after that game. So I wasn't really. I was like, we were lucky to win that game. Could have easily lost that game. I don't know about winning against the Saints. This is like same old Dolphin. I was pretty upset after the game. But then I went back, and again I went back to Tua didn't throw any interceptions. Achane had 100 yards. Gordon scored a touchdown, and Jones had an interception, and we ended up winning the game. And that's Miami football. So that's what's, if we just keep doing that.
To me, the craziest thing was, he didn't go for the field goal. He tried to run it, screwed that up. But then when the Dolphins they get the interception overtime, what does he do? He doesn't run a couple of plays. No, he goes, get the field goal unit out there, 1st down, kick a field goal. It's like, I think we got a bipolar coach, guys.
I was like, keep running. What happened? Keep running it. Come on, let's go.
I was stressed
down
out.
Field goal. What's that? Let's go. Come on.
That whole 4th quarter, I was stressed out. And then he got down there and he missed that 56-yard field goal, and I was dancing. That thing just went and it hooked.
Now I understand kicking it on 1st down, because that way, if the snap comes and the rule is if the holder messes up, he's not supposed to put the ball down. He's just supposed to cover it. That's it. We'll try again on 2nd down. I understand that, but geez, at least try one run up the middle or something. Get a little bit closer or something.
I was completely on board with kicking that field goal right then. I'm like, let's not, you're risking a turnover and everything. No, just kick it.
Because that's what Shula would have done, right?
I was
what Shula would have done. The MVP of the game was our kicker, man. I mean, what did he kick? 4 field goals? He was perfect in that game.
3 for 3.
And he's our backup. He's not even our 1st-string field goal kicker.
But there's one other thing we have to talk about. It's the elephant in the room here.
Hey, come on, guys. I'm trying to lose weight.
I don't think Tua knows what's in Europe. So he wants to play a game in Hawaii. And he thinks Jerusalem sounds like a good place to go next in Europe.
Where in Europe is taking Jerusalem?
He went to University of Alabama. Come on. What do you expect?
Hawaii was shocking when he said that. I would have gave him a break if he said Jerusalem first.
Oh, well, he's from Hawaii, so I don't. Actually, I think a game. They used to have the Pro Bowl out there
every year in Hawaii.
Yeah, the players used to going to Pro Bowl because it was a free trip to
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Reason why the players would show up at the Pro Bowl, because they got a free vacation for their family and friends, and go to Hawaii, and then sort of play a few snaps in a football game.
Yeah, and then some numbnuts decided a smart move and put it in Orlando.
A magical place.
Yes. I was born in Orlando. That's a great place.
It is magical.
Yeah, you were born in Orlando, but as soon as you were able to speak, you said, get me out of here.
Everybody's trying to get there. Miami. Trying to get there.
The Dolphins are in Miami. That's where I got to go.
Oh, well, the Jaguars, by the way, before we end the show, I just heard that the Jaguars, I think is next year, are going to play their games in Orlando because they're redoing their stadium.
Yep.
Okay.
They're ready. So for 2 years, they're going to be playing at the, what do they call it? It used to be called the Citrus Bowl.
Tangerine Bowl.
Yeah, they don't want to demonstrate how they can fill up that bowl with tourists, year after 2 years in a row.
The Jaguars sell out every week anyway.
All right.
There's no NFL team that has a problem selling tickets. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, they're all sold. Huh?
Yeah.
The Dolphins fans, we do.
The Dolphins are sold out for the season. They just don't show up.
Yeah.
Just because the
They
seats are
just
empty,
sell
pretty
it,
much
dude.
every NFL game is a sellout.
Get ready to start going overseas more.
Season tickets is a waiting list.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think there's
been a non-sell in the NFL in years. I mean, corporations snap up the tickets. All those ticket brokers, they snap up tickets. They're all sold. They might be empty. The team sucks, but no.
I remember as a kid having to listen to Rick Weaver on the radio because the game wasn't sold out and blacked out in Miami.
Right. Yeah.
And I would be sitting there next to my little AM transistor radio, listening to Rick Weaver, going, "Holy Toledo!" And that ball squirted out of there like a wet watermelon seed. And all those good sayings he had.
My favorite.
I can tell you right now. Speaking of the radio broadcast, Jimmy Cephalo, please retire. Let Steve Goldstein take over, or even Joe Zagacki or somebody. I like Jimmy Cephalo. He was a great Dolphin player. I was a fan of his, but he is absolutely the worst play-by-play guy in the NFL. I try to listen to him on the radio when I'm driving down the highway and I'm missing the game. You have no idea what's going on. You don't get down or distance. You don't get personnel on the field. You don't get formations. You get nothing. You get and the Dolphins and Tua and Waddle touchdown. You're like, what the hell?
In fairness,
what happened?
It's hard to call out some of those formations when you got two running backs, a lineman in the backfield, and I don't even know what you call it.
He calls the Panthers game. Nothing moves faster than hockey.
I'm going to explain to you why that he does it this way. Is because nobody listens to the game on the radio anymore unless they're at the game.
Right.
If you're not at the game, you're not listening to the radio. If you're not at the game, you're not listening to it. You're watching it on your phone. If you're not there, if you're not at home.
Well, see, when I'm driving, I can't do that. So I have to.
Come on, I know. I've seen you drive. You can do that.
I know. If there's any law enforcement out there, I do not look at my phone while I'm driving, just to be clear. But yeah, Cephalo needs to go.
I never liked that guy.
I mean, I like him just fine. He's just a terrible, terrible play-by-play guy. When the play's over, then Joe Rose will speak up and tell you what happened.
That's Joe Rose.
There were touchdowns scored, and he never said the word touchdown. I had no idea there were touchdowns. It's like he doesn't tell you the score, doesn't tell you how much time's on the clock. I mean, it's just he's terrible. He's terrible.
Oh, well,
that's just my little rant for today.
I think the CTE is starting to get to him.
He needs to retire for sure.
But Joe Rose, I like. Sometimes I listen to him in the morning. Mr. Buckethead himself.
Buckethead Joe Rose.
When I do,
I wanted to hold the respect, but okay.
He even calls himself Buckethead sometimes.
Oh, does he? Okay, good. I remember there was a time where if you said it, it was not good. It was not.
I hate Joe Rose. This goes all the way back to when Shula's last season. There was nobody worse to Shula than Joe Rose, and I'll never forgive him for that.
You mean his criticism?
Joe Rose can go himself.
Well, I'm thinking about all the people that Don Shula screwed over. So hey,
here we go.
Should have asked Jake Scott what he thought of Don Shula.
Hey, they made up. And I was there when they put Jake Scott in the Ring of Honor. He was down there with Shula. They turned into best friends.
Sure. Anyway, guys, great
Jake
show.
Scott was the greatest football player to ever step foot on a football field. No doubt.
Who?
Jake Scott, he said.
Jake Scott. Okay.
All right. Jake Scott, yes. Number 13. the best number 13 the Dolphins have ever had.
Bite your tongue.
Where's
Here
the
we go.
mute button
Here we
on
go.
there?
Bite your tongue.
Anyway, guys, great show. Guys out there, hit like, hit subscribe, some comments, show us some love, spread the word. We'll be back with our mid-season picks for MVP and players and all that stuff like that. And we'll see you next week. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Jeffy Poo. Thank you, Jose. We'll see you next week at the Fintastic Four.
Kick the field goal.